the poor man and a rich man, well, figure out how to put some money in his pocket, because that's all Donald Trump cares about. He doesn't care about America. He's out there hawking sneakers. He's out there hawking whatever he can, grifting off the poorest of Americans. Think about it. Who's supporting Donald Trump and the use of his 757 plane? Who's supporting Donald with all of his legal fees? It's the poorest people in America. And that's what Vladimir Putin will be taking advantage of.
Hey everyone, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and welcome back to What Was That? With nearly $500 million in legal penalties nipping at Donald Trump's heels, the serial grifter went to SneakerCon, where he was booed while unveiling his latest fundraising scam, $400 gold Trump sneakers.
I love gold!
Trump has certainly got himself into quite the financial pickle lately with all that criming that he's done.
Meanwhile, his latest $453 million judgment against the former president means that in just the span of a few weeks, Donald Trump has already accrued more than $500 million in legal penalties. Late last month, the jury ordered the former president to pay more than $83 million to the writer E. Jean Carroll in her second sexual assault and defamation case against him. A different jury, in a separate trial last year, also awarded her an additional $5 million.
And his incompetent lawyer, Alina Habba, certainly hasn't done a great job of lessening the blow.
And I hear in this part of this 60-something page decision that Judge Engoron put out that part of the reason why it was $364 million because he didn't hear any remorse in Trump's voice.
Okay, well, there wouldn't be remorse if you've done nothing wrong.
Just to put this into perspective, the former president of the United States, who owes hundreds of millions of dollars in legal penalties and is the front runner for the GOP in the 2024 election, is now desperately trying to sell people gold shoes. In a statement from the Biden-Harris 2024 communications director, Michael Tyler, Trump showing up to hawk bootleg off-whites is the closest he'll get to any Air Force Ones ever again for the rest of his life. So to announce his new shoes, Trump crashed SneakerCon in Philly, which I'm sure he went to simply because it had con in the name. Trump's gold shoes are called the Hair Jordans. Just kidding. But Trump's cult does think that his cheap gold sneakers are better than an actual pair of Jordans, which is insane. Trump is calling them the Never Surrender high top sneakers, which means he's really doubling down on selling merch that claims he never surrendered.
I just want to thank you for your tremendous support, and here it is. If you want to go out and get it, you can go out and get it. Have fun with it. But people do like it, I must say. Thank you very much.
Seriously, do I need to remind everyone that Donald Trump literally surrendered at each one of his arraignments? I mean, are his followers so dumb that they don't understand the phrase never surrender?
Never surrender to the tyranny.
What is Trump doing here on this shirt?
This is his mugshot.
Gotcha. So that was taken when he surrendered to authorities to have his picture taken.
Huh? It says never surrender.
I think we got the answer, but just to be sure.
Shirt says never surrender?
That's right.
And that's from when he surrendered and got his mugshot taken?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
The 77-year-old dementia-riddled rapist is now grifting spray-painted looking shoes that a gold street performer would wear, which I guess makes sense when you remember that Trump looks like some sort of gold freak show carnival barker.
So the really nice thing is we have lines.
Lines? I'm sure Don Jr.'s nose just perked up.
I just want to tell you, I've wanted to do this for a long time. I have some incredible people that work with me on things, and they came up with this.
The people involved with these shoes are the same ones behind Trump's scammy NFT cards that have several shady shell companies daisy-chained together. Excuse me, money laundering.
Purchase 47 digital cards and we'll mail you a beautiful trading card. It is an authentic piece of the suit I wore when I took that now famous mugshot, and it was a great suit, believe me, a really good suit. It's all cut up and you're gonna get a piece of it. I'll be autographing some of them.
But now, Trump is trying to grift his base with sneakers that he's supposedly been thinking about for years.
This is something I've been talking about for 12 years, 13 years, and I think it's gonna be a big success.
The guy doesn't own a single pair of sneakers, but now he's hawking them thinking they'll make him look cool.
And we're gonna remember the young people, and we're gonna remember SneakerCon, you know that. We're gonna remember the young people. The young people especially that wear sneakers, right?
What the hell is he talking about? Trump sounds like Steve Buscemi from an episode of 30 Rock.
Howdy do, fellow kids.
But according to Trump, he loves his sneakerheads.
You're all sneakerheads. You're sneakerheads, right? Does everybody in the room consider themselves a sneakerhead? I think so, huh?
I'll admit, Trump got cheers from his cult, but he was also greeted with boos from actual sneakerheads.
A lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion in this room. Thank you.
Look, if the red MAGA hat wasn't enough to identify these Trump assholes, we now have these ugly gold shoes. But seriously, just look at these Trump-branded Insurrection 1s. You could go on Temu and find cheap gold high-top sneakers for $18, slap a gold T on the side, and Trump's cult would never know the difference. This shoe looks like a toy prize you'd find in a cereal box. And speaking of cereal, I want to thank today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. My New Year's resolution is to cut back on sugar and stay on track with my fitness goals, and Magic Spoon makes that easier and more delicious than ever. The Magic Spoon Variety Pack comes in 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. Their Variety Pack has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. Only 140 calories a serving, and it's high protein, has 0 grams of sugar, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, and soy-free. I'm a huge fan of the peanut butter flavor, but I'm an even bigger fan of mixing the peanut butter and cocoa together. It's a simple and high-quality meal to start the day. Magic Spoon has the great taste you love with more protein and less sugar. Go to magicspoon.com/Gabe to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code Gabe at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. Remember, start the new year off right with a delicious bowl of high-protein cereal at magicspoon.com/Gabe and use the code Gabe to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. I also wouldn't be surprised if these sneakers came from Trump's favorite America First country.
China.
China.
China. China. China. China. China. China. China.
The funniest part about these shoes is on the website, where they include a small caption. The images shown are for illustration purposes only and may not be an exact representation of the product. Because remember, these are just pre-orders. They couldn't even make a real shoebox for the marketing photos. They just slapped on a black Trump sticker on a black box.
Ooh, classy.
And don't be surprised if MAGA tries to use the whole black box thing as a way to prove that Donald Trump is not a rapist. I mean, racist. Oh, and if you thought that Trump was only grifting gold sneakers, you've greatly underestimated the flag-molesting traitor. On the shoe website, you'll find that Trump is also selling other shoes. There's a white knit sneaker for $199 called the POTUS 45. The sneakers that mean business. Inspired by President Trump, they're the choice for anyone ready to take on the world with style and confidence.
Hideous.
And of course, he's also selling a red knit sneaker called the Red Waves. It's kind of weird to sell a product called the Red Waves when you can barely get a red sprinkle for every election that's under the Trump MAGA umbrella. And if you thought that Trump was only selling sneakers on GetTrumpSneakers.com, then you have to remember one thing. The orange idiot doesn't use logic. Trump is also selling cologne and perfume. I sure hope that Trump gives Adam Kinzinger a portion of the sales. I mean, it was kind of his idea. Cause remember, Kinzinger did say that Trump smells like armpits, ketchup, a butt, and makeup blended together and bottled up as a cologne.
Oh my God.
Ew.
And now we know what it would look like. Well, actually, we don't, since, again, these are just illustrations and not the actual product. Which means it'll probably just end up looking like a plastic soda bottle. Now, I'm not sure why anyone would want to smell like Trump, but then again, I'm also not sure why anyone would want to look like him either. And remember, these people said they're not in a cult and that they think for themselves. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Trump says or does. His followers will happily pay his legal bills on GoFundMe or buy his cheap products and not even think twice, like Roman Sharf.
So, what was your winning bid?
$5.
And let's see the signature. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then there was this lady that Trump brought on stage.
Yes, we need him. He's a Christian. He's a good, honest man. They're after him for no reason. Go out and vote for Trump.
Oh my God, stop screaming.
No paper. Go out and vote for Trump. He's a good man. Look at his family. They're all good kids. All good kids.
After him for no reason, Christian, smart, honest, has good children? What the f is she talking about? Cuckoo. These are the same people who want to complain about how terrible President Biden's economy is, but then will immediately pre-order Trump's $400 sneakers in mass. Well, that's weird because Trump said this country's not doing well.
And you're going to vote and we're going to turn this thing around. This country's not doing so well. We're going to turn this country around fast. We're going to turn it around fast.
Trump also said the stock market would crash under President Biden, except it's doing this.
Important to note that since Biden was elected, the S&P 500, which is almost a better read of stock market because it's 500 stocks versus the Dow 30, that's been up about 47% since Biden was elected.
Now, I doubt MAGA took the time to read the FAQs, but there are no refunds. All sales on GetTrumpSneakers.com are final. And now there's even people trying to sell the pre-order shoes on eBay. The whole thing is a grifting shit show. And remember, these are all pre-orders, which means they probably won't ever ship out to those who bought them. Instead, Trump, the shoe company, and the licensing company will just keep the money. I mean, he's gotta pay off his debt somehow, because this company is not gonna stick around for long. Especially when you remember his other failed business ventures.
My new game is Trump, the game. Trump, the game, where you deal for everything you ever wanted to own.
Come to the castle in Atlantic City. It's more than a hotel. It's a 4-star resort. At Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about. Success. It's going to happen to you. Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had. So what do you think of my Trump Home Mattress Collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels. I'd like to tell you something about ACN, which is really on the cusp of technological advancements that will change the way we communicate.
Ready for business. The Donald J. Trump Signature Collection, only at Macy's.
Well, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to follow me at I Am Gabe Sanchez. If you love what I do and would like to support me further, please consider subscribing to my Patreon. It's a great way to not only support independent media, but also get early access to episodes, bonus content, and exclusive merch. To subscribe, visit patreon.com/IamGabeSanchez. Thank you for your support. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?